Right guys, back with another video. Just going to go through a few things that I do with my Volkswagen, which is a 2015 Cabriolet, in the winter time, in the mornings when I first set off on a journey. Obviously we're in a bit of a cold snap at the minute here in the UK. It was -2 when I left for work this morning. It's now 11 o'clock in the morning and it's only 3 degrees. And the first thing I do in the mornings with my car, well, what I've done before this cold snap was door seals. See, I've got frameless windows. So one thing I have done, you can't even see it, is just a little smear of Vaseline or grease down your window seals, around here, down the edges. And then basically any rubbery plastics, your door seals, to stop your door from freezing shut. And obviously on here, my windows have to drop a little bit like on a Scirocco. If you've just got a little bit of Vaseline or grease, silicone spray on there, it will stop your glass from sticking to that when it gets frozen with the moisture, so you can get into your car. The next thing I do is I turn my ignition just to ACC, so the engine's not running. Get a jug or a bottle of not even warm water, you don't want it hot, out the tap. And on the passenger side, because the windscreen wipers swipe that way, so I stand that side, pour water onto the windscreen with the wipers on. Obviously if you're stood this side, when you do that and you tip the water on, it's just going to splash water all over you, and you are then going to get yourself wet, which brings moisture into the car, which is a nightmare with Volkswagens as it is. Make sure the windscreen's clear, and then I set off on my journey. One thing I do not do is turn on my heating. If you turn on your heating before your engine is up to temperature, it's going to take a lot longer for your engine to get up to temperature, because having the heating on, you're just sucking all the heat out of the engine, so your car effectively will run less efficient until it is up to temperature. Now, this time of year, you might notice a few funny things with your car. My most watched videos in the last couple of weeks have actually changed from how to reset an Android head unit to, is my thermostat broken? Is my thermostat, I can't remember the title of the video, is it stuck? And Volkswagen Golfs in cold weather. If you turn on your heating before your car is up to temperature, your car, the revs will sit higher, like the car is doing a DPF regen. You turn your heating off and it will drop back down again. That is because the car is trying to heat you and the engine at the... Now, if you're driving along and you've got your heating on, you pull up to a set of traffic lights and you notice that your needle is moving up, and then you pull away and it's dropping back down again, either two things. Either your car wasn't fully up to temperature before you turn the heating on, so you're sucking that heat out of the engine, or two, your thermostat's stuck. If you've driven half an hour and it's still not up to temperature, and then you stop and it goes up to temperature, and you pull away and it drops back down again, chances are it's an issue with your thermostat. You wouldn't notice this in the summertime because you've got warm air coming through the radiators and stuff like that, which is heating up the coolant. In the winter, you will notice it. Another video that's been watched a lot recently is changing the heater matrix. Because again, in the summertime, you won't notice. You don't have your heating on full heat. It's not until it gets cold. You turn that heating on, no heat coming through, chances are your heater matrix is blocked. So I've got a video on that, and it is a pig of a job to do on a right-hand drive car. Left-hand drive, it's a bit easier. In fact, it's a lot easier because you haven't got to take out all the glove box and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to driving along and it's 2-3 degrees, don't go and blast your heating straight up onto full heat. What is it? I think up to 26 in my car. I set it at about 18-19, and you will feel the warmth from that because it's 15 degrees warmer than it is outside. As you progress along with your journey, you can turn it up higher and higher, but I never turn it onto full heat straight away, because again, you'll be sucking loads of extra heat out the engine to heat you up, causing bad MPG. I'm just going to pause a moment. Another issue, an issue that I've got with my car, which I am going to rectify, but it won't be in this video, is I always drive with my air conditioning on. It takes moisture out of the car. And what I've found later on in the day, when I turn on my heating with the air conditioning on, my windscreen is steaming up. As soon as I turn it on, it's steaming up, and then I have to wait for it to clear. And I think the reason for this is because my pollen filter, which I haven't changed since owning this car, has got moisture in it. It might only be a little bit, but as soon as you turn that heating on, the airflow is coming through the cabin filter straight up onto your windscreen. So it's blowing that moisture into the windscreen. Now, I do have a cabin filter here, and I have got a video on how to change a cabin filter. That's the part number. I got this on Amazon. Paid less than a tenner for it, but I do need to get that changed. It is only a 2-minute job. It's down under here. It's a couple of little plastic tab screws that you unscrew, drop the cover down, slide it across, cabin filter comes out up under there. What else? If you're doing a longer journey, power bank for your phone, because you don't want to be sat in traffic with, like, you might be stuck somewhere. You don't want your engine running because you're using fuel. Yeah, you need to keep warm, but you'd be better off turning the engine on every so often to warm the car rather than leaving it running. So I've got a power bank in the car. Not that I will ever use it in my car, but it's just there. Sunglasses. This time of year, sun's very low in the sky in the afternoons. The roads are damp and wet. That's just going to bounce up into your eyes. So have your sunglasses in the car. In my glove box, I also have a torch. Yeah, you got a torch on your phones, but sometimes you might be on the phone and need a torch at the same time. So carry a torch. Mine, fortunately, charges off my power bank. A few chocolate bars, a few sweets in case you get stuck. Always make sure you've got as much fuel as you can afford in your car, because you don't want to get stuck, engine running, and you're running out of fuel. It's just going to make you panic. You don't know how long you could be sat there. I always fill my tank, and I have noticed my MPG drop since the weather has got colder. Tyre pressures. Check your tyre pressures. If you had your tyres inflated when the weather was warmer, that air pressure is going to be different because of the density of air and all things like that. And I carry, where is it? I just have a little digital tyre pressure gauge from Halfords. Take the dust cap off, pop it on. The other day I went to check my tyre. Obviously I've got tyre pressure warning in this car. The other day I went to check my tyres. Front passenger was at 25 psi. Rear driver side was at 25 psi. Front driver was 31 and rear was 31. Having incorrect tyre pressures will also affect your MPG when you're driving. If you see a drop in your MPG, you are going to see a drop in your MPG driving a diesel in the winter time. Can't talk for petrols because I don't drive them. Check your tyre pressures. You want them set at about 33 psi. while we're here, obviously you also want a decent navigation system. You get taken off the road that you're driving on, you need a decent navigation system. Obviously I've got a couple of options. I've got the Eonon P3, which is fully portable. Link for that will be in the description. I have done a video on this as well. I've got my Volkswagen VW A12S 6G from Eonon. Fantastic for CarPlay, and it's wireless CarPlay, so it's not using your phone's battery while you're connected to it. Sorry, it's not using your phone battery as much because it's wireless, so you're not connected to it. Anything oh yes, I have these in my car, dehumidifiers, and that is starting to suck up water already. That's gone solid in there. It's very slow to absorb moisture. You can see just around the edges there, it's just starting to absorb a bit moisture. That's a long-term thing with those in the car. I have one in each door. It just pulls a little bit of moisture out of the car over time because cars are going to get wet, and Volkswagens are renowned for condensation. Convertibles, 4 doors, 5 doors, Scirocco's, Caddies, they're just renowned for it. And one of those big issues is the cabin filter. Now, for those of you that have made it this far through the video, thank you very much for sticking with it. I obviously have the Eonon VW A12. It's the little brother to the A12S 6G. Now, I don't need this unit. So for those of you that are still watching at this point, please hit subscribe, please hit like, and what I am actually going to do with this unit is, there it is in there, I'm not going to unpack it all. I've done videos on this as well. I will leave a link in the description. Discount code on the Eonon website, Dave10, still applies to all Eonon products. So when I hit 3,500 subscribers, I am going to give this away to one of my subscribers. UK subscribers only, due to postage and sending it out to people. So if you're not subscribed, you're a returning subscriber, and you'd like to win this, just hit that subscribe button. Like I say, when I get to 3,500 subscribers, I'll be giving it away. If I get to 3,500 subscribers next week, doubt it, I'll be giving it away. If it's the beginning of next year, I'm giving it away to a UK only subscriber. Obviously, it's all down to postage and things like that I can't send it abroad. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm now going to get on and change my cabin filter. Please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all in the next video.